Sarah, being a American, a Caucasian woman, do you feel like you get any backlash from like the Middle Eastern community or Pakistani people or anything like that because you're white and you're talking about honor killings that happen in their country? Like, do you
Mm.
get any kind of backlash?
I think when you're speaking about another culture or you're writing about another culture, there's a way in which to do that responsibly, and there's a way in which to do that irresponsibly. And so for me, I felt that it was incredibly important that I involve people from that community in my own education about what I was writing about. But in this case, because there were so many people from that community that helped me develop it, I felt confident that I could speak about these subjects with some confidence that I was relaying some truth as to what was occurring. I put all of my doubts, I put all of my ignorance, I put all of my American white privilege into the play. The role of Allison is designed in many ways to stand in that and to own some of her shame and own some of her ignorance and to be flawed and wrong and allow that conversation to happen on stage. So it's not just only about honor killings. It's also about a subject that I can speak to in my own country, in my own culture, about a white American Caucasian who experienced a gang rape back in the United States. And I wanted to be able to give voice to both of those very important subject matters. It's important that when we're pointing fingers at other cultures, that we're standing in a place of looking at our own culture and with realistic eyes. How are we treating women? Who's to blame and for what?
It's always point to the woman. Well, what did she do?
What was she doing? What was she wearing? Was it her fault? Did she bring it on? That's a big one. There are a lot of people who come up to me after a reading or after performance and say, I have never heard of an honor killing before. I didn't even know what that meant. And to me, that's so important to continue that conversation and to bring awareness to what honor killings are, because often people will think that doesn't happen in this country, and it's just not true. I mean, you're the living example of that. I remember the year that I started writing it in 2014. Once I dug in, there were something like 750 honor killings in the United States that year. If I walk away from a production and someone says to me, I didn't know what that was, I now know what it is, to me, that's a huge win. People want to be moved. We want real stories. We want real feelings. We want to feel like we're going to the theater and being challenged, and we're asking questions, and we're seeing how it integrates into our real lives and the people around us. So I'd love to see it on Broadway. I'd love to see it more in the regional theaters, because we have incredible regional theaters, and the people that live all over the country deserve to have great quality, stimulating theater as well, and even globally. These are global questions, global issues.